So we're starting to apply, we mixed up our values, and I'm applying the different values in here. Forgot to start initially, but we can still make up. So we put in the dark values first. Put in your dark value for the on the cast shadow, and then we're putting in our next lightest values on that. Down here we've kind of done the same thing here. And we can mix this in a little bit, make that, you know, blended, slightly blended. Like that. Now I think we're ready for our values on here. Let's see how much we have, because I need it a little bit lighter than I have it here. So let's go ahead and utilize this stuff. I might have to make a next lighter value just right along the edge here. We'll put this in as our base value on our background, the ground. This brush still has a little bit of residue of that other paint in it, so it's, on occasion, it's mixing together and getting slightly darker. And there's a lot of this in here. This is a big area of value. Do we have enough paint? Scooch that up a little bit so we can actually up on the computer a little bit so we can see what's going on. Sorry guys, I had that a little low. Now we're just adding the bit of the shadow area. I guess some of these bigger areas are sometimes easier. Just putting a big old swatch of paint in there. I'm never quite sure how much paint to mix up. Since this is a big area. And we had the smaller areas there where I could just paint right on them there and go to town. These bigger areas, gotta work them a little bit more, need more paint. Looks like we're going to mix up a little bit more of this stuff, huh? Looks like I had just about enough to paint this bottom section over here, so that's, I guess that's cool. I'll mix up some more for the top, but we did get this bottom section painted. And maybe that'll be enough to help us see what the end product is starting to look like with our cast shadow on it. On that. So that's pretty good. Now let's go to this area here. This is another big area, and we're going to go to our next lighter value on that one. So that's this value. Right in there, right up to the edge. This is probably a little sharp. Can has a little bit more of a rounded edge to it there, like that. So that's starting to come together a little bit. Now the edges, remember that you can always paint your edges, blend your different values from the different areas. And I think I'll probably do that. But I need to get this all filled first, at least up to the edge of the paint, the edge of the other paint right here. Down into here. A lot of times it's easier to start on the top part. I just happen to be down here at the bottom, so I painted the bottom part, but the advantage of doing the top part is it don't stick your hand in what you're doing. Of course, I'm going to turn this upside down, so that probably doesn't matter that much. Like with the other areas, we're starting to run out of a little bit of our paint here. We misjudged just a little bit. I got this part had a little bit of that darker value mixed in it. Okay, so we got that all spread out in our areas of value. Now, as I said before, I'm going to come in here and maybe do just a little bit of blending of this so it blends into the other value a little bit more. So it's not as quite of a harsh edge. And that's where we're just painting along the seam. Take these into each other a little bit more. Clean off the brush. And so that's what we're probably going to do with the rest of it as well, so we can get these values to transition fairly smooth between there so that we have the base of the can like that. Okay. And so that's what we're going to continue on with. There's the bottom section on that, and then we just need to get the top section. But I think it's already starting to look pretty good as far as our values on that one. That's pretty cool.